Welcome to Mining Through Time. On today's episode of Mining Through Time, we'll be looking at Minecraft Classic. Minecraft Classic was the second phase of development and the first development stage to have publicly released versions. These are the versions currently available on the Minecraft launcher. This is the first rendition of Minecraft Classic. There's a couple different updates that we're going to go through. And surprisingly, this launcher is more broken than what pre-Classic was. This line cut off here to the side is there for whatever reason, I do not know. What I will say though, is that the lag is gone, which is fantastic. Other noticeable changes are that you can right-click in order to change from placing a block or destroying a block. Quite the nice change. The grass is gone. Not a nice change, but my absolute favorite change. I don't have words. These guys are added in, and man, are they fun to watch. The animation is way smoother than what I expected it to be, especially this early on in the game. And I almost half wish that people in the game now ran like this, because this is hysterical. And they're just kind of dotted all over the map, just randomly just running around. You can see one off in the distance there. I think there's like 5 in our vision here. The shadows on the blocks are not nearly as dark as what they were in pre-Classic. Still pretty dark. It's very noticeable, but you can actually start to see the inside of things, which, you know, when building this in pre-Classic, it was almost impossible to see. I had to cut out holes in order to be able to see anything. So, there's a little bit of lag when you place down blocks, probably because the structure is pretty big for this mode. But regardless, not much has changed here, so I think we are going to have our next build when we have more features in the game. Alright, we moved on to the next rendition of the Classic section, and this time we have water. And there's really not much change besides that, so I say we try to see if we can get down to the water. The other news is that you can't actually forcefully jump off the side anymore. I assume that caused plenty of problems, so they added that in. And we are almost here. What do you all think? Do you think I'm just going to fly? Oh! I can't say I expected that at all. Well, you can actually keep going down below the bedrock. What? Let's just dig straight down and see what happens. Ugh. Well, after digging for a little while, we just hit bedrock. There was nothing else. And if you hit R, we can just come right back up to the surface. So not much change here either. We've got water, except for you can't interact with it. So just blue. Let's keep going. All right, everyone, we are back in 0.30. And check this out. We got some clouds in the sky. Already adds to the ambiance a ton. I love it. There are a lot of changes here. As you can see, the hotbar below, we've got stone, cobblestone, brick, dirt, planks, oak wood, oak leaves, or just leaves at this point, glass, and then oddly enough, stone slabs, which would be, you know, smooth stone in the future. Already, I can feel the game is still extremely laggy, which is frustrating. But it could get worse, because when I was looking at creating a level, you can go between small, normal, or huge. And I was like, oh, I wonder what huge is like. Not playable. Huge was not playable. I could not move. I waited for 20 to 30 minutes for the world to load. It did not work. Anyway, we've got plants on the ground. Unfortunately, they just disappear if you do anything. And that's just kind of how it goes for everything. Everything is one click to take out, and you do not get any resources for it. It is still very glitchy when trying to do anything like that. The leaves do not go away over time. Terrain has definitely actually been created. It's not just a flat world, so that is a massive difference. You've got some sand, you've got different levels, you've got how the rocks go into the water. Very interesting how the terrain started out with it almost kind of looking like a checkerboard in some places. Yeah, check this out right here. You've got a little lagoon, That looks like some ore that's in the wall over there. And you can still definitely see, where the world ends. I mean, I can't go forward as much as I want to. It is definitely a hard line, but it definitely does make for some really cool terrain with just a wall out in the middle of the ocean like that. You can swim. There are no real swim mechanics, but you can float up and down in the water, and that's pretty sweet. Let's go check out this ore over here. And there's a ton of gold ore everywhere. You've also got some coal over here. Could have guessed that was going to happen. One thing that is interesting, if we go ahead and we just dig down, eventually we'll get to caves. For the very first time, caves have started to generate in the world. They're not very large. Generally, they're pretty small like this. And they do have some resources in them, although you can't really do anything with them. But it is just really cool to see the terrain actually start to generate kind of how we would see Minecraft in present day time. It's just the building blocks, the foundation of this game's future success. Just starts with a cave. Okay, well, that's fun. I dug straight down and actually found lava, and a lot of it as well. I am curious if the entire bottom is actually covered with lava. Oh, you can't place anything in it. So yeah, it is. Actually, check out this cave. You know what I was saying about them being small? I was incorrect there. This is awesome. Oh, can I actually get up on this? No. All right, cool. Well, I am stuck in the lava forever. But we can just have a nice leisurely, steamy float down the lava river. So if you hit R, you just get respawned right back on the surface. And because we got a couple different blocks to build with, I say we go ahead and we make ourselves a little structure. With the blocks that we're looking at, I would say a lot of them are very industrial. I mean, I think industrial when I think brick, and it is such a strong brick color as well. I'm thinking more of like a cityscape would be cool. Unfortunately, I'm not going to build anything too big because it's just too glitchy, and then I do not believe that this world will save. So this is going to have to be a one-time sit down, get it done, and we'll see how it comes out. Pillaring up to get an idea of how high I want this build to go, but figured I would show you all the view of the world. It looks like one chunk, maybe? I'm not super familiar when it comes to chunks in Minecraft. But one large square. Building a big brick. It's going to come together, guys. Trust. It's going to come together. It's not really possible to make a time lapse considering this is the only camera view that we actually have. But we could throw this thing in high speed and crank out a little bit of this building. Step 1 complete, made a large brick. Heck yeah, that's exciting. Good look at this house. I fell off the roof. It sucks. It's not easy to get back up there. But that's what staircases are for, so here we go. Alright, so here we are with the basic level of the build that I had in mind. It's sort of a cityscape, if you can see, building to building to building. Imagine it like on a street. But I will say, this has been horrendous. I mean, every single time that you try to put a block down, it is a solid 3-second delay for it to actually land. And oh, it is going to be rough. I have noticed if you look up, oddly enough, the lag kind of goes away. And so there will be times where I'll just get so frustrated trying to do stuff that I just look up and look around and just keep looking at the sky and imagining how nice it'll be when we finally get to versions of this game where, oh, it is not just painful to deal with. I'm ready for that. But for now, we're going to turn these little Lego blocks into something a little more appealing on the eyes. Quick little tidbit, very interesting that when you go to put a log down, it only faces up. You can never actually have it face you. I guess that came later in the game. Don't know why, just didn't expect that to happen. I sort of imagined this texture all throughout the floor of this building, this wonderful, beautiful building that I've left a little bit of light in. But yeah, I guess everything is just going to be facing up. Another little interesting tidbit is how slabs are placed in this version. You cannot place them at the top of a block unless you have a slab underneath it already, in which case you have to actually press the bottom of the block on top of it
for it to place one level below, which is such a weird mechanic that I definitely do not love, and I'm very happy that has been updated in the future. So I guess we will just be making do. And these are going to be some really massive overhangs on these windows. Nice.
I'm putting the finishing touches on the build, and I decided to add in a path. I don't really want to show you the entire build just yet, but I just kind of want to give you guys an idea of how painful this process is. And this is going to be completely unedited. You can see every time I click, there's a solid, I mean, probably actually like a half-second pause. It just feels like it's so much slower. And then if you move at all while you're doing it, like I just hold down forward for a little bit. Oh yeah, now you are teleporting all over the place. So slowly but surely, we put the finishing touches on this, and then get me out of here. Please get me out of here. It has been almost exactly 7 hours since I started this project. When I was testing things before, when I closed out of this version and I opened it back up, everything that I did was deleted. So I knew that today was going to be a grind. Today, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I knew that when I sat down, the next time that I got up was going to have to be when it was done. And here we are, 7 hours later. And it's not even that impressive. It really isn't. Building is so slow on this version. There's some clips from before you guys saw. But here we go. Oh, the lag as soon as I turn around. But there we go. There's our cityscape. Would like to imagine, walking down the street of a big city and you just have building after building after building all right next to each other. I would have loved to have done buildings on this side as well, but just get me out of this world. Please just get me out of this world. So we've got 4 buildings here. 3 of them are pretty commercial, and then 1 of them is more of a residential. You can't actually move these red flowers, so I left these 2 as homage to what was here before. We've got some nice little street lights, very simple. Our first build here, a very thin and narrow type of build. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is so totally done. Oh yeah, wow. Not a whole lot going on in the interiors, really. 1, I'm limited, and 2, the closer I get to the actual building themselves, oh man, the lag just gets horrible. I had some bushes and a little tree here outside of the residential home. The slabs don't look exactly how I wanted them to. You see the 2 right next to each other here. Placing slabs in this version is way more painful than kind of what I expected, but it is what it is. We made do. So this would be a little residential home. We'll go ahead and call this my home for this world. Nice large roof. I like how the floor came out. The brick, it's so vibrant in this version. It's such a bright red. I don't know if I like it or not, but I will say with the wood, the 2 go together very nicely. With the path, I mixed in a little bit of cobblestone here and there just to try to give it a little bit of variety. And then it'll move on to this building here. I don't even know. I was just trying to make it not look like the giant Lego blocks that you guys saw when I very first started this. Tried to have some fun with the stairs here. Jumping is not exactly the easiest thing. I swear, this brick specifically, when you look at it, I mean, even just check this out. Not that laggy. As soon as you look at the brick, it's really laggy. This game does not like brick at all. But we'll go up to the top floor. There we go. Nice little 3 floors. Good view of the area. You can see the roof of this building. And then last but not least, the brick building, where I don't know why. Guys, I really don't know why. I thought it would be funny to have a parkour staircase, which honestly, I've done it so many times now. I might still mess it up, but it was a horrible idea. I fell so many times. And this was also the building that I used to get to the roof to work on all of the other buildings. And so I have taken that parkour staircase so many times now. There's not a ton going on with the roofs here. And God forbid we look at the back of these builds. But at this point, I think we did a good service to 0.3 here today. And
you know what? A really good time going through the classic version very early on in the development of Minecraft, and you can see the strides that they made in the development with the terrain, you know, with the new blocks. But I'm ready for some more. I'm ready to be able to start the world that I can actually log back into and not have to sit for 7 hours.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed. That's Minecraft Classic, and this is Chetty out.